It's been nearly 2 months since former President Donald Trump was shot at one of his rallies, and lawmakers on both sides are still demanding accountability.
Both the Senate and the House are getting ready to release a report on the Secret Service's failures that day. Fox's Rebekah Castor reports.
I think the American people are going to be shocked, astonished, and appalled by what we will report to them about the failures by the Secret Service.
I want the voters of America to decide who's going to be the president and not an assassin's bullet.
Together, Republicans and Democrats are investigating the actions taken or not taken by the Secret Service leading up to the attempted assassination of Donald Trump at a rally in Pennsylvania.
We are dedicated to a bipartisan product. The American people deserve the whole truth about what happened on July 13th.
The acting director of the Secret Service, Ronald Rowe, briefed members of the House and Senate Thursday.
Well, looking forward to working with Congress to make sure that we never have a tragedy like July 13th again.
Rowe promised transparency from his agency after his predecessor resigned.
There's a lot of additional information that we still need, that we're still waiting on.
This is what lawmakers know so far. Secret Service did not attend a security briefing the morning of Trump's rally. They communicated poorly with local law enforcement. They were aware of the suspect, but did not stop Trump from taking the stage. And the agency was initially not going to send snipers to the event.
These errors, someone lost their life. I think the people in charge of security that day shouldn't be doing it again.
Fox News has learned several high-level Secret Service officials have been encouraged to retire. Some were already planning to do so, but we're told some have been accelerated, possibly to avoid lengthy congressional investigations.